Hello everyone, this is Atal Misra from Department of Law, Mewar University, and today we will be discussing about the Consumer Protection Act 2019, which is covered under the Unit 3 of our course. Starting with the introduction to the Consumer Protection Act, it aims to safeguard the consumer rights and provide the simplified procedure for seeking residual of the grievances. Its significance replaced earlier Consumer Protection Act, which was enacted in 1986, with expanded provision to the address modern consumer challenges. As we all know, we have the presence of digital market as far as like 1986 act is concerned. Certain issues were unexplored altogether when it's come to the digital market, but with the 2019 act those issues have been already been covered and taken into consideration under this new act, again applied to all goods and services unless specifically exempted by the government. Again, it covers all the goods and services, but yes, government have this right to exempt certain goods and services, so that can be excluded from it. Then we have aim and objective of this Consumer Protection Act: objective to protect the interest and rights of the consumer against unfair trade practices, defective goods, and deficient in services. Then aim is to right to safety, protect against the hazardous good. Again, we have right to information, full disclosure of the product and services. We often see the detail of the products are already been mentioned, how, what are the ingredients has been covered, who are the manufacturing things. All things are being mentioned within the product itself. It is only just because of we have Consumer Protection Act, we have right to information that whatever product we are purchasing, what ingredient it is involved, because we already have certain issues, medical complications. So if we are not aware about what ingredients are involved in making this particular final product, then it may trigger our like allergy or something, some more medical complication. So it is mandated upon the producer to mention all those things, all disclose all the product and service detail within their product itself. Right to choice, access to the variety of goods and services. Again, right to heard, right to file and complaint. Then we have right to residual, access to the fair settlement of creation, right to consumer education. Because as far as like today's market is concerned, consumer must be educated about what rights and remedy they have when they are being deceived by the any shopkeeper or market person. Then we have the key definition: what is consumer. Section 2(7) subclause 7 defines a person who buy good or avail service for consideration, including offline and online. So this thing was absent in our previous act, which was of 1986. So basically we have covered these things in our new act. We have included online transaction as well under the consideration for the service and goods. Then we have good. What are goods? That is defined in the section 221. All type of movable property. Services is defined under the section 242, subclause 42, includes banking, insurance, transport, and other services. Again, unfair trade practices, that is very important. 247, misleading advertisement, false representation. These all things have been considered under the unfair trade practice, as we often see the ads on the television. Those people claim that yes, their product quality is this, and they just make the flavorous advertisement to grab the attention of the consumers and to earn money from their product initially, which is not the authenticity or the performance of the product which they claim, that is not up to the mark. So that is also considered under the unfair trade practice now under the new Consumer Protection Act. Then we have residual machinery under this act, three-tier residual system. The first is District Consumer Dispute Residual Commission. It is defined under 28 to 39. It handles the cases up to 1 crore. Again, we have State Dispute Residual Commission. It is defined under the 42 to 49. It handles the cases between 1 crore to 10 crores and appeal from the DC DRC. In case case like it's the matter has been dealt by the DRC, and you are not satisfied with the whatever decision has been given by the District Consumer Dispute Residual Commission, then you can make an appeal before the State Consumer Dispute Residual Commission. But then we have National Consumer Dispute Residual Commission. It handles the matter which are above 10 crores, and also have this particular appeal procedure from the lower residual commission, which is the state. If you are aggrieved by the decision of the state residual commission, you can approach the national consumer residual commission for the appeal. Then we have composition, president and member of each commission. The step 1 is who can file the complaint. Section 35 says consumer association, legal heirs, or any representative. Where to file based on the pecuniary and territorial jurisdiction of the commissions. It is more important where you have the jurisdiction to file the complaint. Then what is the procedure? Procedure is simple: submission of written complaint with the required documents which will support that whatever complaint you are making, and the party which are involved, that must be stipulated in your submission or in your written complaint. Then fee payment, that is very nominal. Notice to the opposite party: you have to make a notice to the opposite party to be present in your matter, and they will address accordingly whatever grievance you have. Then we have no lawyer required. This is the most important thing which is considered under the Consumer Protection Act, that there is no requirement of legal representative. You can directly approach the forum and you can argue your matter before the authorities. So there is no requirement of lawyer. Again, remedies granted by the commission. Section 39, removal of defect. The commission will order the service provider to remove the deficiency. Again, replacement. If the product is defective, then they will also ask the service provider to refund the amount which is being paid by the consumer. Then we have refund procedure. The price of money would be refunded. Compensation: if there is any loss or injury, the service provider is subjected to the compensate for the loss and injury which is caused to the consumer. Then we have consideration for the discontinue when it is noticed that there have been any unfair trade practice or misleading advertisement. The most important thing under this, like it is considered as if you are deceiving the customer by claiming falsely claiming about your the speciality of your product which is not initially up to the mark. Then forum commission can also order you to discontinue your service. Again, corrective advertisement: if there are misleading claims, then it may also order you to correct your advertisement. It will ask you to make the changes in your advertisement. Other remedies, or for repair or modifications. Then we have enforcement of order and penalties. Enforcement of order is under 72. Commission can enforce their order as if they were declared of a civil court. Then it is more important to take into consideration whether the decision which is given by the forum or the commission, they are binding on the parties. Yes, if they are not binding, then it will vitiate the whole substance of this particular commission and this act. So it is said that whatever decision has been given, whatever orders has been given by the commission that are enforceable, that would be declared, that would be connoted as they were in the degree of the civil court. Penalty of non-compliance: again, there is the penalty. They have right to impose the penalty if parties are not compliant with their orders, up to the 1 lakh of the failure to comply. In case there is not compliance of the orders of the commission, then they have this particular authority. They can impose the penalty on you up to 1 lakh. Again, imprisonment up to 3 years of the persistent non-compliance. If you are constantly ignoring the orders of the commission, you are not willing to comply with the commission's orders, then you are subjected to the imprisonment as well for the 3 years. Again, penalty for unfair trade practice, including fines and coercive action. In case you are involved in any unfair trade practices, making false advertisement, deceiving the customers, you are you would be booked under the unfair trade practices, and so many coercive action will be taken against you. Then we have Consumer Protection Council. What is purpose? Advisory board to promote consumer awareness and protect their right. As buyer must be aware, we have a legal maxim as well. Buyer must be aware. So in these particular situation, it is important to make buyer the consumer aware about their rights, cause in case they are being cheated or being deceived, they can take an action against those service provider. Again, we have Central Consumer Protection Council, which is defined in section 4, chaired by Union Minister, focus on the national level consumer issues. State Consumer Protection Council, which is defined in the section 6, it is a state level council chaired by the minister in the charge of consumer affairs. Again, we have district level, it focusing upon the local consumer issues, which is defined in the section 8. Then we have a Central Consumer Protection Authority. It is established under section 10, a regulatory authority to promote, protect and reinforce the consumer right. Key function are the investigating the unfair trade practices, issuing guidelines to prevent deceptive advertisement, imposing penalty for false and misleading advertisement. So this particular authority is working constantly to ensure that the marketplace is safe for the consumer. They are not being deceived by any person or any service provider, whatever. If there is any unfair trade practices, they will investigate upon those things and put an penalty, and they will initiate an action against those people who are involved in such cases. And they also issue the guidelines in case they notice that any false advertisement or deceptive advertisement is made in the public domain, then they will also keep an eye on those things, and they will issue the guidelines for those and impose the penalty. Again, they have also right to impose the penalty on misleading advertisement, can initiate the class overcall record to the unsafe good. Again, they have this particular liberty to take a class action, initiate the class action against the unsafe good and impose fine on them. Then we have a case, a landmark case, Indian Medical Association versus VP Sanitha, 1995, medical services bought under the Act. Case 2, medical services are also under the consideration when it's come to the Consumer Protection Act is concerned. Unfair trade practices, it was Abhay Kumar Panda versus Bajaj Alliance, deficiency in insurance services what considered. SDFC Bank versus Balwinder Singh 2018 case, unfair trade practices was also taken up under this consumer protection law. So that's all from my side. Thank you.